Hello and welcome to another video here on this channel. This is not the bad hair day channel as it might seem. Ever since I've taken a perm, my hair has been living its own life. But today I wanted to talk about experiences I have gotten from therapy and what I've learned from going to therapy. I've been to therapy several times. I've had several rounds with therapy. The first one was when I was 14 years old, then again when I was 17 years old, and the last time was when I was 21 years old, so 3 years ago now. And I've gained a lot of good experiences, and I have a few advice that you might want to follow if you are in therapy, if you're considering to therapy, or if you have ever been to therapy. So without further ado, let's just jump into it. So the first tip I have is that you will have to do a lot of work. Many people believe that therapy is like medication and you will just go to therapy and every single one of your problems will be solved. Unfortunately, that is not the case. You will have to do a lot of work, a lot of things to just get better. A therapist can give you a set of tools, structure, and help you solve or at least figure out what your problems are, and you will have to use those tools, use that knowledge to be able to live a better and more fulfilled life. So don't ever go into therapy expecting that it will fix all of your problems, because it simply will not. And I had to do a lot of homework. My therapist called it homework. I had to do a lot of homework in between sessions. So I remember one time I got 2 assignments for that week. The first one was that I would write down every single thing I had to do, and I would check things off as I did them. And the second one was to read at least half an hour each day. And I committed to trying the things my therapist told me to do, because I really wanted to get better. I was tired of being bipolar. I was tired of being angry and things just not working the way they were supposed to. So I committed to trying to do that, and the first 3 or 4 weeks were really hard, but after 3 or 4 weeks everything just got a lot easier. It became a habit, so I did it without even thinking about it, which in the end made my life a lot easier. So you just have to commit to doing things at least for 3 or 4 weeks to build yourself a good habit. The second tip I wanted to talk about is exactly that, the power of habits, because habits are really important. And when you're struggling a lot with your mental health, it is probably due to a set of bad habits or things you do on a regular basis that is simply not good for you. And just small implementations of habits and small changes can make your life a lot easier. It at least did for me, just by exercising regularly, reading a lot more, trying to get my 8 hours of sleep every single day. Just get into those habits made my life a lot easier and made me the person I am today. I would probably not be able to do all the things I am doing right now if it hadn't been for those habits that I put in place. So one of them was reading, another one was exercising, and the third one was getting enough sleep. Those 3 were the most important ones, and I also got into the habit of writing every single thing down. That's how I got into Second Brain and personal knowledge management and all these note-taking apps I am reviewing on a regular basis, because it is all about mental health. If I can write everything down and don't have to think about it, if I can journal my thoughts, if I can write down my ideas, put everything I have to do into a to-do list or a calendar, then my life simply becomes a lot easier. I reduce the amount of stress I have in my life, and I don't have to use any brain capacity to think about all the things I have to do, or a book I have to read, or a series I have to watch, or a meeting I have next week. All those things are written down, which just simply reduces my stress. And we want to reduce stress, especially if you're like me and you are a really stressed person. I get stressed a lot and it bothers me a lot. So just getting into good habits and trying to develop a set of good habits to do every single day will make your life a lot easier. And that's what I learned in therapy. So you should be prepared to change up your habits, because if you have ended up in therapy, it is probably because you have done something wrong in your life. You have to change something up. If you continue to do the same thing, you will probably end up with the same result. The third and last tip is that everyone should consider therapy, and you should consider getting to know yourself. So after I've been to therapy, I have learned that I am a person that gets easily stressed. I get stressed a lot, and I had to learn to manage the stress factors in my life to be able to do all the things I wanted to do. And another thing I learned is that I function better in the evening rather than in the morning. So I would rather sleep until 9, 10 and work until 6, 7 instead of waking up at 6, 7 or 8, because it doesn't work for me. I tried that for such a long time, and getting up early and just trying to do a lot of work, but I was so tired. I tried it for like 3 or 4 months and it didn't work out for me at all, because I am more a night owl than I am a morning person, and I just had to adjust my life to fit that properly, because I want to do my best work. We all want to do our best work, and because I knew myself, I knew that I had to wake up a little bit later to be able to get those 3 or 4 hours in the afternoon where I could do my deep work. It's like everyone would consider investing in a personal trainer to train their body and get into the physique they wanted. It's just the same for investing in a therapist. It is for training your mind, learning to manage the things you have in your life that might be dragging you down, because the problems will not disappear. You will learn to manage them. As I say in all of my YouTube shorts, things get better, not necessarily because problems just go away, but simply because you learn to manage them. And going to therapy will give you the tools to learn to manage all of your problems and everything life throws at you. And if you haven't, or if you don't have the money, or if it's something else that is stopping you from going to therapy, there are a lot of great tools and books out there to be able to read them and just learn from them and start journaling, writing things down, learning more about yourself. In the end, all of those things will make sure that your life gets a lot easier. So those are my 3 tips for people in therapy, or people who have been to therapy, or people who are considering therapy. If you like this video, please do like this video. That was a stupid sentence. My English isn't my first language. If you like this video, press the like button. Do subscribe to the channel and comment your thoughts down below. If you have any videos you want me to put out regarding therapy or how my time was in therapy, do comment it down below and I will try to get to it as soon as I can. And hopefully my English starts getting better as I put out more of these videos. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you again quite soon.